Right, 30 seconds remaining. Hope everyone is ready. On the map. Tsugune, I believe it's... Yeah, Tsugune it is. Let me switch quickly to the transition mode so I can prepare the overlay for you guys. Okay, here we are. On the beautiful Metsagane. Shall we start? I'm not only by myself, but PixelBuggy is also here. He's just being silent.
Yeah.
He's shy.
Again. I was just waiting for you.
For me. I was ready. I was born
Well,
ready.
let's get on with
Right.
it.
Let's have a look. And a study table, also known as Daniel, picked Inca, while Oliveza picked Dutch. Dutch. Pots.
Dutch. Portuguese. Right. So Saguenay is known for having two seasons, summer and winter. Looks like we spawned on the summer side of the map. And plenty of fish and whales to be fed on this map.
Not a lot of whales, mind you. Only 3.
3 whales. I guess that's pretty decent. I guess we might see some Portuguese action on water today.
Oh, I
And
see
the early
someone studied the game from... Who was it who did this doc start as well? I forgot. But someone did also the doc start on this map as Inca.
Yeah.
Forgot the name. Oliveza? They haven't picked the deck yet. Either study table or Oliveza.
We are just 1 minute into the game. They not yet received their experience to pick up the first cards. We have a Portuguese working on a 75 wood treasure, it seems.
Hmm. Does it help him? No, he went for the market start, right?
He's going for it.
No, nothing.
He has dropped his house. Oh, it's behind the trees. Doesn't seem to be going for the market, but we might see him pick up that 100 wood and maybe get a market down.
He's just leaving it behind over there. Interestingly enough.
Yeah, he has enough coin and wood to get hunting dogs early on. I guess he's just holding on to it for now.
Maybe he's saving it for something. Oh, maybe he's saving for the ATP.
Ooh, interesting start here. You don't usually see ATP a lot these days.
Yeah, like no water action from Portuguese at all. Only a few anti-water. Also naming EPL.
But I'm pretty sure we'll see some water contestation by Portuguese on Inca if he scouts the dock.
While Inca also like... We all know that Inca doesn't have access to schooners anymore. Rather have the beautiful side ones, which is like fish market and price rate in once.
Yeah, really solid card right there. Hasn't got the trade post yet.
3 fishing boats, okay. It's like similar to Ferdinand Shawnee's dock start, where they train 3 or 4 fishing boats before they age up.
Yeah, it looks like it. And I think he has worked on a few treasures as well. Maybe we missed that.
The log. Yeah. Oh.
Pretty sure he did because he got 4 fishing boats out there. He should have picked up one.
At least one butcher, I believe. 4 fishing boats, okay. I think it's when you're gonna stop, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And he's not ending up very late. Like 20 seconds delay for additionally villagers? Why not?
pretty good start. What is he aging up with? And looks like we have Portuguese taking the first trading post down south.
Yeah. He went for ATB after all, so
Taking all the 3 trading posts, by the way. Going all in on the trade line super early. You might see some H2 play maybe, or H2 stagecoach, early stagecoach.
he's edging out the elder while Oliveza is quartermaster.
Right, so we might see early stagecoach being researched right here.
Yeah, assuming that the 200 wood is gonna used immediately for the stagecoach.
The macro seems to be like that. Sending 700 wood.
And yep, TC going down right there. And pretty standard to me. Didn't send in exotic hardwood. Makes sense because he didn't went for a TP, so he's one chip in short.
This age up seems to be a bit slow from the Inca player. I think maybe Portuguese landed a few treasures early on.
And he also, used a lot of wood for these fishing boats.
Right.
Was it the one that
Aging
increased?
up.
Oh yeah, it was the one which gives him essentially the first 2 upgrades for free.
Yes, the lumber ceremony.
Pretty
I wonder if he's
standard.
going to use the. I wonder if he's going to use the llama on the community plaza to reclaim some wood.
Yeah, it's like an
Or
insane
maybe
value. 1 llama for like a trickle of 1 wood per second, right?
1.05. That
And he
seems
is
like
doing
it.
it. It's like this llama is like 1.5 villagers worth of wood trickle.
1.05. Yes, it's pretty good. I've been seeing that being used a lot lately. And
Really greedy. 2 war hearts followed by 5 builds.
we have stagecoach in by the Portuguese player.
And also from the natives. Not that it's giving him much, but he has access to CDBs, which is nice.
What does a Portuguese deck look like? Does
He has
he
like
have
pretty
any?
standard deck. A little anti-water with the 2 caravels and 1 frigate. Otherwise,
He
pretty
did send in
standard.
native Portuguese.
Elf has already been sent, as we see here.
Looks like we
Got
have
a few creature tracker, a few mantlets.
3 mantlets for a native crit seems like a pretty good deal. Not as strong as the Hot Nashwane mantlets, but they're pretty much half health of the mantlets which Hot Nashwane gets. 25 damage is nothing to laugh at as well. They could do some early siege, maybe take down few buildings.
Yeah, being forced back because they can't stay under 2 war huts.
Yeah.
Those are tanky, but they
Inca
can't tank
is taking a boomy approach.
those all day long.
Yeah, they can't. I think Sturdy Table here just wants to sit back and get his conchas up and maybe do a bit of water booming as well to get going. We might see him just hold on till he gets the H3 to get the push going with Huracans.
That being said, he didn't add any more than 4. Because I don't think
He hasn't, but
he saw the anti-water deck from Portuguese from Oliveza, and he was like, "Nah, I don't wanna overcommit here on water." Because he has on seven
it's still a
contra.
good card because you're still getting eco on land.
Like
It
besides those
doesn't
4
seem
fishing
like to
boats,
become.
looking like for a pretty standard Inca opening where they go for the standard contra house boom, going for 2 warheads. Nothing out of the ordinary actually. While Port's heavily, he's training some canoes.
Interesting. So I think he might just use the trading post wood to get in fishing boats and just
This
pressure on
is
water
such navy
against
overcommitment though. Like he's investing
it.
600 wood, 700, 800 wood, and a shipment just to take down 4 fishing boats. That's like already a victory for 30 table.
Yeah, that is a really heavy investment on water. Really, I think he should have just scouted before sending in the 2 caravans.
I was pretty much blind because he just scouted that.
Right, but it looks like Portuguese is planning on taking the water now.
Yeah. And the water is down. Like here. Okay, oh, no, he's stabilized. But he could also take the water himself, which he's doing now actually. Trading some
Yes,
fishing boats himself.
and
And
Portuguese already establishing a pretty good map presence right now with 3 trading posts, 5 trading posts in fact.
those actually giving him a little XP trickle. Not by much, but every little matters.
Yes.
And going for an H, it seems. 700 wood. Wood. Coin, I'd say. While Inca is happily staying in his base and maxing out his contras.
Still
Compare.
not gathering coin by any means from the Inca here. So it
Yeah,
seems like he's committed to staying in H2.
yeah, he's committing quite a bit in H2. Which is Inca happy to do because they can maintain the economy to like throw anything at them that they have with the consular houses.
It's really nice to see both the players taking use of the natives and trading CDBs. Getting all the value out of those trade posts right there.
Yeah, I get a lot. And both have, yeah, maxed out their CDB count. But Inca is still slightly ahead because he has all those contras working for him. 12. While one
And he did send Cancha Brewing as well. So pretty good food boom going on for him.
staying now in 700 coin as well. Let's see. He actually did not age yet.
Looks like Oliveza doesn't have the mass to contest this push right here. We might just see Town Center go down.
Depends
He's
if he
trading
age.
Hazard.
Okay, he doesn't decide not to age and to fight it a little log in H2.
Oh, here comes the Chimus as well now.
Essentially must cast against bow, pike, and chimney runners. Those haven't been carded yet, I believe.
This fight does not look good for Portuguese at all.
But he has to hold it because this DCM barracks is like defending the entire TP line. So he has to hold it. He can't afford to lose it.
If he placed the town center closer to the coin mine right there, he could have maybe defended from the water as well with those 2 caravels.
Yeah, but I don't think that Inca is gonna reinvest into water. Aging with a messenger, the fast age up. I don't know
Is
whether they're gonna send
Portuguese
them.
planning on age now? Portuguese should be clicking up right now as well. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
fine.
bot's gonna age up pretty soon here as well with those hippies being on coin.
11 minutes in, and he's already got pretty much really good value out of those trade course. And the stage course has already paid by.
Yeah, it already got much more value than he paid in.
Oh, and yes, the trade post does 20 attack too, so I guess it's a pretty half decent outpost with a really small range.
Yeah. And I'm curious to see what he's setting. Oh yeah, a village, of course. Going for the greed.
Pretty sure we'll see the 3 organs out from Portuguese as their first card, seeing the amount of jungle bowman that he amassed on early. So you might see that. Is he going up to the fast age up?
Yeah,
Portuguese?
Exile Prince. The fast age up.
Right. I'm not training any units at the moment.
It's the awkward transition when you're aging to 3 and you don't want musketeers and as Portuguese, but you mostly want the cazadores and the dragoons.
Indeed. Especially against Bowpike, I think you need a lot. Heavily emphasize on skirm boom and a few falconets. I mean, for Portuguese organ guns, but yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
might see the TC go down here.
yeah, Inca has the tempo advantage. He already has every single unit, in fact, upgraded to a 3 beside the bowman, which he's upgrading now. He also dropped a 3rd warhead somewhere.
Also looking pretty tired. Here comes a raid as
On
well
here.
from both.
And like villager-wise, Inca's still ahead, despite ports being on water.
We have a sneaky raid by Portuguese up on the north left side of the map. A few hussars.
Interestingly,
Just snagging a few.
taking up his hussars instead of his musketeers, which he has 18 from. And now taking the TPs for himself. If she would be so kind and build it. But he's like, nah. Beautiful foundation.
Just DE things.
Oh yeah, now he does.
I think Inca is losing a few villages up to the north side of the map from the hussar raids of Portuguese.
Oh. Yeah, those are certainly dead villagers. Not even the greatest of the cowards will rescue them.
I think, yeah, those are dead villages. They are gone.
And those team are also
Still have the
carded with
raid,
melee infantry. But a raid in the north.
the big raid. It's been going on for a while now. I think he lost all his wells on foot right there.
He hit like 49
using
villagers,
the-
didn't he?
Is he gonna use caravels to transport his huts? No. Here
The 3
comes
organs
the organ
are
gun.
in now, and
But that's a lot of Chimur on us, though. I don't think. Or maybe not.
yeah, that's a
He's
lot of
gonna lose a
Shimura,
lot
but he
of
can't
units
commit.
if he commits
At least
to
not yet.
fights, yeah.
This is gonna be a nice flank.
Ooh,
He's trying his best to abuse the Jackbox for himself. But those Shimas are so slippery. Look at those. They're slippering through every single unit around here.
that's. He picked up all the 3 organs
Yep.
right there. That-
Targets are gone. Not even the Harp's gonna rescue those. And this is just complete wipe from Portuguese, that is.
Yeah, I think he's fully committed to the fight right here.
Militiamen coming. Slowly getting down to 1 HP. Playing higher. Oh, interesting. Merc. Armored Pistoliers. It's pretty sad that ports lost their access to like any calf shipment. Any calf mercenary, I'd say. No Mamelukes,
Yeah.
nothing. Not even Bosniaks.
It is a bit rough, yes. But armored pistoliers are still great units, though. Pretty tanky in melee.
They are pretty tanky, but why you need musketeers when you have already dragoons, you know? It's like, it doesn't compensate for anything that you are missing. And those
Looks
are
like
like
we have.
only bowmen now.
Look, I think we have Chimus down south as well. So he's completely idle except up the north, which he might eventually find.
Uh-oh, if he scouts that in the north, oh, he's gonna be
Oh,
in big
there he
trouble.
goes.
But thankfully, he's committing another TC. The score gap now getting wider and wider. Now 5k difference.
Okay, here comes the big push.
His attempt to defend against the horde of not Strelets,
I
but
think it's over.
Chimnus and
It's
bows and everything. Yeah, and just going down. Not much they can do. And he's surrendering. Great execution from early table. Not overcommitting on water, but Oliveza did. Wasting a shipment and investing a lot of wood into that.
So, wasn't expecting that push. That was interesting.
Yeah, it certainly was.
Those three organs had, yeah, they just got beat on by 10 Chimuras. They do be really slippery. And they get the bonus on the organs on top of that. So,
Yeah, the
well played
point.
by Renica player.
Was it 2.5? 1.5. Ah, but still. Like 40 attack.
Okay.
3 hits and those organs are down.
Yeah, they just melted like soup fast.
Yeah.
What could he have done better though? I don't think maybe I'm not sure what he could have done better there. Musk
Well, the
has
overcommitment
into
was
bow
one
pipe.
of fatal blow.
Yeah, the 2 caravels was unnecessary.
Imagine if those 2 caravels would have been 700 coin. How much fast it could have aged.
Yeah, that could have made the difference, especially if those organ guns came early before the Chimu. That could have helped.
Yeah, the post game just confirming what we just saw. Isn't right here. Isn't, but you know, both losing essentially the same villagers.
Yeah, both sides were essentially untouched till like midway through age 2. So they got their booms going, but eventually Inca just overcame his mass.
Yeah,
It
right.
didn't look like Portuguese committed fully on water though, so he just made a few booms.
Oh, we have the next matchup already confirmed. Nice. Right. So let me send you over to the transition again real quick. So we can fix this. Dirty table 1, Oliveza lost. And we have Ottoman against Shawnee from Oliveza.
Interesting matchup.
Yeah, both nations got pretty buffed the latest patch.
The inner buff is really showing at times, especially in close range. It makes a difference.
Yeah,
We might see some Aina action today.
machine gun hyenas. Let's have a look on if the the game is actually also already launching. Nice. Is Maito playing today? No, Maito is not playing today. This will be the one and only series we're gonna cast today, sadly. Maito is playing today. Let's see. But I missed it. I thought we only gonna cast this one.
I think this is the only one.
Art was cancelled, yeah. Kaiser was cancelled. Last minute
It was
cancel.
cancelled.
Okay. So, but also skillful. I can't agree more. Right, so we have Dakota. Again with the same native, the Cree,
Uh,
which both players will, I guess, go for.
we might see. It could be really helpful for Ottomans as well. I guess we'll see. Really good map for Ottomans. Upgrading the trade route upgrades the whole line. We
Yeah.
could see some trade post construction of this map.
Hmm.
So what do you think about the matchup and this map,
Oh, I
Nicius?
would guess that we gonna see heavy H2 play, with the Hyenas being pretty good buffed the last patch. And Ultimate can
Indeed.
also easily fight in H2 with their Abyss Gunners, even Delhi. Really strong calf.
Yeah.
And even Jan, so like they can do so much stuff. It's incredible. Taking the TP
It
line over
is.
there in the middle, playing H2, playing H3, playing H4. They can do everything now. Such a good nation. What was the
Pretty
standard
standard
opening?
opening. Yeah, pretty standard. Trade post, mosque house.
Yeah. But there has been
And
lately
we
a different build order going where they go for 2 TPs and send in capitalism.
mhm.
So they don't have to build a house until they are actually aging.
Ooh,
But we won't see this one today. By straight interesting. A lot of grades.
something something to note. Ottomans actually got the first pass on the trade post when it got built.
Yeah, we were executed. And actually, the Oliveza is not building any TPs.
Did you
Like, no
place down
H1
the
TP
store
going
or
on
is
here.
he still without it?
That's gonna be interesting. But where did he use the wood? Don't they start with one wood crate? I'm like completely blacking out there. I know he's gathering the wood. Maybe he's opting for the native TP during transition? I don't know.
Maybe both of them. I mean, your Haudenosaunee seems to have picked up both. I mean, all three native, just capturing the three native TPs early on.
And
Might
from the
be
deck wise, it's
trying
pretty
to use the
standard. Besides native treaties and native warrior combat.
right. So we might see natives come into play like last time.
I think we gonna see natives. Because he doesn't has the H2 infantry upgrades. 15% HP, 15% attack.
I've been seeing a lot of players keep on the two cards and just going for the last card. I forgot the name of that. The
Yeah,
10
conservative
the
tactics.
10% Yeah. A lot of players seems to be just going for that and just skipping out the two cards. It's been a recent thing.
Elder and
Not
the
sure.
Quartermaster, so pretty standard age ups. I do believe the Elder gives you the 2 villagers and the healer.
I think so.
Ah, okay, he's now grabbing a trading post. Interesting opening there.
Has he picked up the native TPs yet? He hasn't
He picked
started
up
building.
the opposing side, so
Oh,
the Cheyenne first. I bet we're gonna see the Queen next. 100%. There's no reason not
yeah,
to pick it up. Tanky
he
skirmishers,
might
CDBs.
he might ship native TPs as his first card as well.
Yeah, I suppose though, since he's picking up this TP immediately. And he is going the right direction. um, yeah, nothing.
Ottoman seizing up
Does he
the
has a
quartermaster.
front base? No, he does not. Being on the defensive
It looks like a
role this
fast
time.
focus. Oh, he is mining. He has 3 coin. I think he might be doing semi-FF. Or maybe not.
These 5 villagers. He did not get the first tag, which is quite common that you get it during transition. But just a little bit cheaper, faster build creation time. And we do see native 3Ds. And the
This
upgrade
might be
was
quite an effective push because Ottomans is just getting his tables down. So by the time the native creatures come, he might just be queuing up his dailies.
interesting that he's building the trading post with his travois instead of building it for 100 wood and 100 food.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Be interesting. Because the ward would have. And, he built a ward during transition. Oh, okay. That certainly is interesting.
Okay, this could be huge.
Didn't saw
Because
that.
Kanyanshir can beat Delhi's one-on-one.
Dropping a stable,
And
going for delis.
Looks like we have the Tomahawk Big Button out.
Little lag here. And we. Okay. Oh, we're fine again. That's good. Getting idler, like, all this economy is pretty much idle there. Committing to the TC. And Zolcian are pretty hefty anti-cav as well, because they have 1.5 multiplier against all cavalry. Dragoons as well as melee cav. And he's getting the 5 Battle of Delhi out. Doesn't have enough rest for the Minuteman pop there. Emerald coin behind it.
Ottomans doesn't have any food income at all. You might not see any daily production for a while. Still with 5 dailies.
Oliveza is shipping wood. Maybe gonna pick up another 1 or 2 TPs to upgrade the stagecoach for it. Or dropping some houses, dropping a market, dropping a trial marketplace. A lot of possibilities for the wood crates that has been shipped in.
So opting to go for the Canyon Share Rider rather than the Canyon Horse. Not investing 200 wood into the stable.
Or he just invested into more units, that's also fine.
They are quite
expensive.
expensive units, which is something to know. They aren't exactly cheap.
They are really expensive. 95 wood and 90 wood and 95 wood that way.
90 wood, especially this early on into the game, is really hard to get. It's not easy to mass units with 90 wood.
Opting for a must-cast composition, essentially. Janissaries and Delhi. It's pretty much the same. But a few great infantry peaks in here. It's looking like a rough spot for Ottoman, actually. We have to note that Sean is quite all in. He hasn't sent, like, any economic shipment so far. Got the 5 builds. He hasn't got the TPs of himself for yet. No stagecoach. It's like a do or die push here.
Ottomans didn't pop the Minuteman for this fight. Oh, here comes, but they're so late right now.
And those are not just Minutemen, but those are like really good Minutemen.
I think if it was for a few seconds earlier, the fight would have gone much better for all.
But it's like a total cleanup from study table here. Like cleaned up this entire mass of infantry and cavalry here. With just the Minutemen and the units he made.
But Ottomans can't take the push under this warhead. He just as Minutemen can't really push for long. And they'll be being useless in a few seconds right here. Ottomans opting to go for the
Guess what the
700,
difference is? That
600.
Ottoman shipped a lot of crates and the 5 villagers. While Oliveza shipped like unit shipments back to back and now just the 800 crates. He's opting to not even the market upgrades compared to, yeah, study table having siege traps as well as placer mines. Quite the difference.
What are the villager counts like? We have 24 for Ottomans.
And 24, 21. Well,
21.
soon more. Okay, no, he's going for economy. Getting the Corona War,
Okay.
shipping 5 builds, while still having the map control. Doesn't mean as much when you are against Ottoman, because they are not really food heavy at all. Because the villagers train for free.
Looks like we had a small raid going on up at the Ottoman base.
Yeah, but he didn't got any will, I think. That's a little bit of idle time. I would assume so, because look at the line of sight he has. Like almost the entire flank on the left side, he has like line of sight over it.
Yeah, pretty good map control. So Ottomans trying to buy time with the raids. We might see him age up. Maybe. What's his macro?
I think he's just gonna mass more units. While study table is also just massing. It's gonna be an. I think this match gonna end in H2 because he sent like everything in terms of coin. So he's stuck in H2 now. While Oliveza still has the coin. Could follow it up to H2, A3. But look at that.
Ottomans opting to go up with the 5 Janissaries rather than spice trade.
Yeah, right. And he also has economic theory. So, good economic shipments. Good quick wall, actually. Good reactions. And it's also blocking off the calf from reaching to there. Really nice big quick wall. But he has to abandon this block up. What? Already tapping on the counter offensive here.
Yeah, pretty good defense from Sturdy Table right here. And coming up with the counter push.
He's trying to raid. Maybe he's gonna get like 2 or 3 wills at best.
Yeah,
all the hunters still more or less under his town center.
We still don't see players trying to take control of the trade posts. But we might
still
see
has
them
600 wood to send, so it would make sense. No pun intended. To send wood. Getting gangster. A lot of idols just from the raid here. The economy and the town center.
Ottomans lost 1 or 2 wills right there.
On top of all this idle time. But the siege of the Ottomans has begun.
Yeah, I think this warhead goes down as well. That's a lot of Janissaries.
A lot of siege.
Look at that. Just
like 3 wipes and it's just gone. Smart decision to back off. Because there's not much to gain here.
Both players experiencing a rough position early on in the game. First Ottomans, and now we have Ottomans pushing back hard on the shoulder.
And he's not backing off. He wants blood.
He is. It's scouting for hunts, I suppose. Pretty sure Ottomans had a really bad scouting early on.
Yes, he scouted actually quite a lot. Not Like only the edge of the
Yeah,
map is missing.
wrong perspective.
Yeah, he's like got it almost. He didn't saw this hunt over here. So I think he's like, where is
Yeah.
he hunting from? What? Where? He didn't scout that. That's why you always want to scout the edges of the map. You
Yeah.
don't know what you are missing. Especially on cases like that when the hunt is like the way on the edge. You're like, wait, did I missing a hunt somewhere? It's still no great codes. This great code alone would have saved one villager. Thankfully he's backing off. He could have gotten the second one as well.
Otherwise, are really using the natives to its max. Just really being annoying. Making sure the Ottoman player doesn't get a free boom, even when being pushed.
And this is the EPA thing in a nutshell. Here's the coin and they're like, I go there, all the way around to get that coin.
Oh, big push, big push.
And on the other
We
side,
have
yeah, look at that. Oliveza still on the back foot.
losing a lot of villagers. That's painful.
God, how many builds does he on now? Oh, 25. They're not as bad. But he can't really down the attack dance on the water ends. Because then he's gonna lose all the villagers there.
This is a rough spot.
I think it's a really rough spot. Not even the 1.13 rate of fire ain't not gonna save you now.
Yeah, that's a lot of Delhi study. Arenas won't pay enough. And that's game.
I thought Inshoni sent the card for Shenandoah. No, he did not. As we see, he didn't send any upgrade cards for his military at all. Neither
Even the native.
Red Warrior or Conservative Tactics.
Well played by Sturdy Table. Pretty good defense.
Yeah.
Following it up with a really strong counter attack on Shonen.
I even follow up a spice rate. Really greedy. I like it.
Yeah, really late spice trade. 1.26 foot per second. Pretty good. He did get state traps as well.
And also even longer lasting hunts. Because why not?
Yeah. Interesting to see some native plays today. Don't usually see native treaties that often.
Yeah, now we've seen like 2 games in a row.
The scores were pretty tight. I think the push, losing the forward base is when the table stood for
The KD though. Oof.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
68 to 35, 43 to 66. Yikes.
Just Ottoman things, I guess.
Yeah. Pretty much. Just having way better units. Also a better economy. That's one of the crates. Here's one crate, there's one crate, and then there's another crate I think he shipped.
He did get steel traps early on while being pushed before the first market went down. He did get that steel traps in. So that's the spike we see right there. Well played by Oliveza and Sturdy Table.
Yeah, it was really nice to have the steal set early on. Well played by both.
Yep.
Oliveza with the native start. And we already have the next matchup confirmed. It's Aztec against Ottoman.
Ottomans.
This time around, Oliveza is Otto.
Oh. I don't think we're going to see treaties from Ottomans.
30 table is now 2-0. Aztec against Oliveza's Ottoman. There we go. Tough matchup for table. Yeah, I do believe so. Ottoman is just incredible at this patch at this point. Oh, nice. We
I think
also
I
already have the
think
game.
the matchup here is really tight because if Aztec gets a good rush in, then Ottomans might not stand a chance. But if Ottomans gets his dailies out early and get rid of Aztec coyotes and slingers, then I think it might be more favored towards Ottomans. A good rush can stop Ottomans in its tracks.
Yeah, and Musk compositions are always quite effective against Aztecs.
We might see some Abus play in this matchup. Abus really good against Aztec early on, especially Delhi as well. Could be Delhi Abus too. We might see some Delhi Abus action.
Right, let's jump into the cast. Have a look on Punjab. One of Punjab's trait is that you have those water buffaloes in the north. I think 5 on total, right? 1, 2. Yeah, I think it's 5 in 1v1.
It is
Also having Chakram. I hope we see those.
Udasi Temple. Yeah.
Yeah, as I said earlier, on the left we have Oliveza as Ottoman, and on the east we have a study table with Aztec. Interested to see which opening it does. There are like 3 different openings, I believe. Like one you go for a TP, the other you go for a market and a house, and the third one you go for the community plaza.
This is a really exciting matchup. We might see some really fast rushes going on early on in the game. Big raids, even with the Coyotes and Delhi's. This might be a really good game.
Yeah, I have to wait and see. And he's going for a tribal market.
No.
The tribal market. I think he's going for the big button early. It could be that he's going. No, there's a big button for 50-50-50 that is giving him the triple XP aura. He could be opting for that.
He seems to be mining points.
He could also just opting for spear trap, hunting dogs.
Could be. We might see a stagecoach play in this matchup as well by the Ottoman player.
Let's have a look
But
on.
seems like pretty standard opening for Ottomans, I think.
You know, I guess been big. Yeah, pretty standard as well. Like same opening as last game. A TP, a church, and a house. Simple but effective. You don't see the main allies often, do you?
You don't, but I think especially against matchup where the enemy likes to mass heavy cav a lot, I think mine allies is pretty good. And the Rottleros as well, but I think people prefer mine allies for the ranged attack as well. But they're basically musketeer units.
Yeah. Musketeers, but with a spear.
Yeah, I personally prefer the Rottleros as Aztecs.
Yeah, because Aztec Ascent, yes, already have rods, but in form of pikes. One of the best in the game, I might add.
Really
They also have like both H1, the Kamikak and the calendar ceremony, which makes like, you could dance for it, and it makes like the next age up then deeper the longer you dance. This is a quite versatile deck. He does not have any support cards for either Automaton Slingers or Eagerness. That is quite common.
I think Aztec is trying to finish the game early this matchup. We might see a full-on H2 into the cheaper age up, and then he might end the game right there.
Oh. City defense. Ottoman already has better mid event, but with this, boy, I was gonna shred.
The thing about this matchup against Aztec and Ottomans is that you don't want to go super late game against Ottomans as the Aztec, because bombards and Avers is not healthy for Aztec to face.
Yeah, not even just bombers, just the Avis gunners alone shred almost everything that Aztec can throw at them,
They do.
especially once carded. And those ASAPs are, I think, being slept on. Those are actually really great. I think most players shy away from it because you have to gather wood instead of coin.
Azaps might be good in this matchup, especially since Aztec really likes to mass coyotes early on.
Aztec already aged because he sent the Kalmakak, which allows him to age essentially with the messenger, but with the warhead as bonus, age up bonus. And he's going to opt for pikeman early, I believe, judging by his macro.
He's going for a really aggressive warhead right here on the Ottoman player.
It's like almost on the DC range, like the industry
Yeah,
build limit. I think it's around here on the edge of the wood.
I don't know if that's good, but most of Aztec units are melee based except for the slingers, but I think slingers could make good use out of that woodland right there.
700 wood first shipment compared to 700 coin. Is that a fast fortress? I think it is a fast fortress. Dropping an
It's more
outpost.
than enough.
Uh-oh, this could be devastating. I'm worried. This match could be a game ending, actually.
I'm not sure if Oliveza scouted Aztec stack, but it's pretty obvious that the rush is on the way.
Didn't even scout the warhead.
He doesn't know.
Oh, he doesn't know what's coming. I'm worried.
But starting off with 5 humans here, taking out the trade post.
This team is
Pretty
gonna
good
buy
stuff.
himself time to click the age up button.
It
Yeah.
does.
Almost aging.
But what's the follow-up though? What's he gonna do?
He should have a shipment ready once he's aged, but what's he gonna send, really? You say it. 6 Abyss Gunners? 5 Delis? 8 Janissaries?
He's still gonna get the next shipment in soon, but this trading post going down is gonna be huge, a huge loss for all.
He's edging so with the Hussars. He can still send the city defense if he really is in a dire need to defend himself.
Yeah, and the Ottoman Minutemen are no joke as well. Pretty strong units.
10 Autonomous and 5 Pumas. And, like, he's not all in at all. He sent in the Karmakaks 3 Warrior Priests and 700 wood. He didn't send in, like, a single military unit shipment.
His macro seems to be more focused on going to H3 right now.
Which he needs. He needs a lot of
point.
siege. For the walls, for the houses, for the wreck, for the outposts.
So it looks like he got 3 warrior priests.
Yeah, was Anno in, and he did got the big button, so this is gonna give him 180 XP. Just like that.
Alright.
Like half a shipment. Huge.
The Ottomans is now in H3 though.
Yeah, soon he's like halfway through aging.
The worst part about this is he could be game ending for him right here if he doesn't have enough Pumas with him.
Yeah, but first he needs to gather 1,000 wood as 1,000 food. I don't think that Aztec gonna allow him to gather that much without spending it on units.
Just trying to get the Ottoman player house right now. We might see city defenses being sent in, but here comes the age up though.
Yes, age up. Both can actually. Oh, this is a beautiful pop. All those autonomous slingers gonna go down.
I think pretty much all of his maps. The Pumas are just walking in.
This? Okay, we fixed it. Finally. Also popping the Minuteman, like. A little unfortunate that the wood is there, but. Yeah, let's like clean up.
Pretty good cleanup. He did pop Minutemen as well.
And now Ottoman is safely in H3.
Yeah, but the Minutemen kills the Pumas. This could be a good push for him right here. Focusing down on the Pumas with the Minutemen. The Explorer goes down. I don't think this is a good fight. And more
He held
slingers up.
off the rush, which is the most important thing. He's safely in H3. He can gather. He has another shipment ready. Aztec is a little bit stuck in H2.
I think he's going to be stuck for a while. The Ottoman push is just about to begin. Shipping Janissaries right now. I think 9 Janis.
Oh, he switched to he always ascended Janissaries. Now sending 2 Falconets, which Aztec struggle to deal against it. Because they don't have anything that has multiplier against artillery, unlike Coyotes, Teen Runners that have like 1.5 multiplier against it.
We still don't see a stable or artillery foundry from the Ottoman player. It still looks like it's going to be must Falc for the most part.
Yeah, he doesn't have the resource to quite get the infrastructure down. There's definitely 1 or 2 that's going down here.
Here comes the Falcs.
Comes the Fox, and we all know it's gonna come down to how well he can defend the Falconets from the Aztec waves of units.
Aztec did see the Falconets because of the TC fire providing line of sight, so he knows the Falconets are coming. So I think he's getting prepared for that. Shipping in Coyotes right now.
This is a decent remix, but
I think
all comes down to how well he can defend those. Huge volleys, 3 got down.
if he focuses down the slingers, he might have a chance to
And
win this.
there goes the Falconets. And the threat has been dealt with.
It's a really strange wall being built right there.
Yeah, following up with 8 Torrent Slingers. Those can trade all day long against heavy infantry. They're so cheap. A little cheaper than a crossbow.
They're like Strelets, but
better.
It's just that their animation sucks.
It's not as bad as longbows, but you still do have the little setup animation.
They do.
And 5 delis has been sent. And it's gonna be rough again.
We have wet Janissaries.
Okay, interesting. He got the treasure with gives them 1 Gurkha. Oliveza, that is.
It's still pretty, I think, yeah, it could make a difference in this fight. But I think Ottomans cleans up right here.
Yeah.
If he focuses down on the fight.
Yeah, we're just connecting to the deli. Autonomous Slingers dealing with the veteran Janissaries is like every unit needs to it's like attacking that it has to attack from the Aztec player.
I think Janissaries would have been better off in melee mode against these slingers.
Yeah,
what do you reckon?
Exactly. There's 1 lonely deli remaining.
Ottomans taking 2 really bad fights with the Falconets and this push right here. Aztec clinging on to dear life.
He is an H3 up, but what is like follow up to that? Is that in most beefy shipments? I think he might opt for these Bahis, considering he's only no gathering, only food.
He is going for the spy.
And I see a lot of players lately using the defensive stance on a lot of units.
It is pretty good.
Janissaries,
especially when trading.
I think it's because of the more tight formation, right? That it makes pathing a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's basically what you do with the 4 cav or 5 cav, the cav box. Same thing. It makes raiding a bit more efficient. You get more shots, and it's better than the normal stat.
Speaking of raiding, oh, he doesn't see those.
He doesn't see the builds. Pretty
Oh, he
sure
doesn't
he
get.
hasn't scouted the hunts.
Oh no, but he's on the way.
It's just 4 coyotes, though, so he can still run away from it.
Agent with the messenger, but not dancing for additional war priest.
He still has the mine allies intact, so could be useful. But we might see some ERKs now.
5 spies on the way.
This is not looking good for Aztec right now.
But if he
But
reaches H3, he could send in 9 Jaggerpaw Knights and those easily deal with the spy.
yeah, 9 JPKs right here could deal with Ottoman's current unit composition. But I don't think Ottomans has any units besides the Sparky and the 10 Jans.
They're like nothing.
Playing pretty defensively, no raids.
Also being idled.
He is capped at
Yeah.
he's capped at his 25 levels. He forgot to resource attack. I think he might get it just now.
He might opt to finish the batch first. I think the military is priority in this situation. Yep.
I don't think Ottomans pushing out right now is a good idea. That's not good.
Might not be a good idea, but this certainly is a good pickup.
But he has spikes in there. The pikes are not there. This might be a cleanup by Ottomans.
This definitely is a cleanup.
Oh, here comes the ERKs.
Oh no. Ignorants are great anti-cav, but they are not great when you connect to them.
But the pikes...
But the pikes gonna surely have RTI, right?
84 XP as well. That's a lot.
Boom.
Pretty small fights, but big fights.
More fights, but big fights for the game deciding factor.
Yeah, it's not really a game ending fight because the opponent is left with a few units. So the fight still goes on. But we might see the momentum for Aztec catch up right now with the unit shipments.
I always see the most balanced unit, Arrow Knight. People hate them, people love them.
They are amazing units for sure, but many people don't say they're really bad.
You know, they are bad what they are supposed to do, but they are very good at what they are not supposed to do.
Exactly.
Like, they're really bad at sieging, really bad at like countering artillery, but exceptionally against like range infantry because they have no negative multiplier and 30 range.
And we have the JPKs on stealth mode here, getting a bit of scouting done. Could get a decent catch on those.
And when those connect to any heavy infantry, those really melt. Because I have 3 times multiplier.
Sees the match because of that one pillar right there. He might have seen the units move forward, but just maybe not the JPKs. Yeah, the pro is a pretty good line of sight, so he saw the push coming. He doesn't see the JPKs though, and he's still massing musketeers.
Yeah.
Does he have a stick? Yeah, he does have a stick.
He has a few. 17 actually. Oh, they're like going to raid. I don't think this is the right decision now to try to go for a raid. Because he leads all his military now in base, where he's getting siege down. Slowly but steadily.
Really heavy on coin. Does he have any? Does he have the gold unit shipments? Or is he
Mamelukes.
Right.
He's still a ways off. He needs still 500 XP.
I don't think he's gonna get it on time though. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get it on time. Even the outpost being there, I think it's still gonna be really delayed. He's not going to finish this patch until he's good. He doesn't have the full income for that. Looking pretty rough for Ottomans, but It looks like we have the musketeer.
Sneaking 1 or 2 will kill. Yeah, the TC goes down now. Rip.
That's
The
a lot of
XP
gold.
for Aztec, which gives another
He does
shipment.
have
Almost.
he does have 1,000 gold, but
And there we go.
I think Ottomans knows its game right here. There's no way he deals with JPKs now, even with Mammoth.
And yeah, that's the GG card. Wooden
Small
clubs beat
fights,
swords. But there we go.
small fights, but I think that was pretty interesting to watch. Just full commitment on the fights. No, both sides take huge losses, but Aztec takes the game here.
Yeah, really well executed game plan we had. He rushed, he edged up behind it, he didn't went all in at all.
Ottomans couldn't get a really good follow up after the age up. He lost, I think, losing those two paths early on cost him the match right there. Maybe.
He did a good job defending the initial rush, but a not so great job at knowing the timings when he needed to push out, I believe.
Right. And taking out the trade post also made a huge difference because he wasn't able to get the man ship.
Actually, I didn't realize that he had a second TC up
Yeah, same.
in the entire game. Maybe he just got it when the TC got sieged down. Unsure. Yeah, Sturdy Tabor gathering Ottoman by a large margin. Outmassing it as well. 146 compared to 71.
Yeah, the score difference was huge.
Yeah, the lead. Military lead.
Yeah, there wasn't much units out in the field.
Yeah,
So
it was
it was
rough.
just small fights, really small fights, but big fights.
Oh well. Now 3-0. Are we gonna see another 5-0 game? Another 5-0 whoop?
Um, I mean, Oliveza is doing a pretty good job at defending. It's just that the follow-ups is a bit rough.
We have next match already confirmed. It's Study Table playing with the Mexicans. Oliveza picked Spain this time around.
Ooh.
Ooh. Like for the substitutes. Um, where's Ottoman? There's Ottoman. Ottoman. Spain. I said Spain, didn't I?
You did Spain. You did say Spain.
Well, like, wait, that looks to be it. Let me have a look on. If the match already started.
Mhm.
And indeed is on Manchuria.
I don't know what to make of out of the last game. That small fights. You don't usually see such games. It's usually big fights, no overcommitment. But I think Ottomans really overextended a lot, pushing out without much units out in the field. I think that was one of the big mistakes which Oliveza did. He didn't have the mass to really push out or even siege the war hut.
Yeah, it was a weird match for sure.
Really weird match. Questionable decisions, to say the least. And really unfortunate timings as well.
Yeah, just a little off timings. Okay, let's jump right into the cars. So, as we said, Oliveza, big Spanish, and 30 table Ethiopians.
So could you
I
check
like.
your DMs for a
How do you
sec?
like this
Uh,
Civ picks from the players here?
uh, Interesting save choices, but I don't think I've ever seen a Spain versus Ethiopia matchup. So this might be a good one. You might see both saves go for a fast fortress, but this map is pretty good for Ethiopia considering you get water buffalo. So I think he's on his way to collect all of those.
I prefer a study tables pick over Oliveza's one.
I do as
Because,
well. I think Ethiopia is really great on this map.
yeah, because all this yaks you can get, another extra 400 resources that you can trade them for. Sure. But Spain can also go water if you opt to do so. But he had not picked his deck yet. Went for a TV start. Pretty standard. And the study table still doing, the standard. Getting a cow at 150 wood, getting the village dogs and hut.
What's Spain up to? Is he going for a 10-10? I don't think so. Spain picked up a few cows by the looks of it. 4 cows.
Let's see who won the cow battle. It's 4 against 3. So a slight victory with, yeah, 3.
And here comes the
And one
third
is
one.
hiding in the edge of the map. Oh, look.
Oh,
It's
that's
like just
unfortunate.
look in the side. It's a pixel off.
I think he might scout it with
He scouted.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, the yak's gonna scout. The sixth sense of the yak.
Yeah, it's gonna find it.
Hello, fellow. I
It
missed
was
ya. Great.
Spain going for the 12-10 here.
Actually, yeah, you're right. He ate
Opting for the trade poster.
no yaks. Maybe he found like 1 or 2 big food treasures that allowed him to 12-10.
Could be a possibility. Still seems to be collecting a few coin treasures here and there. Could be.
Could be
Wonder what
anything.
we'll see.
Actually. Could be a H2 push with the House of Trastamara being in. Could be just a straight naked FF. Could be anything. And young with the governor, which gives him the 200 coin and the outpost wagon.
Yeah, Spain's deck is a hard tell. You can't really say what is really going for.
And I think it's also pretty standard for Ethiopians.
A lot
Going
of
for a
emphasis on total
Jesuit.
ops.
The good Jesuits here, Alliance, has also found himself in the deck with the new rework, having one AoE effect.
The
Aging
splash
with
damage is funny because conquistadors can damage buildings when they're shooting units next to it.
it's so annoying when the Indian elephants like you build a wall, and then they attack and then destroy it.
Yeah.
It's annoying. Or when it goes up, it has like 5% of health, and if you build another section, it also has like 5% health. Like why? Why are you doing this to me? Aging with the Somalis, which has, as I mentioned in previous cast, the essentially Silk Road, but 5% better.
Spain
And
is up by 330 by the
yeah, by 30%, and it also improved the coin gather rate by 10%. Like 2-in-1 upgrade.
I think the reason why he's going with the Somalis is to get the units themselves. I think he might fear the 2 Falconet push coming in early.
Yeah,
Let's
the
see
units they
some
get
Somali
sent
units.
is also insane. Like the Isa Warriors, I think they're called. Like anti-ship, anti-artillery.
Artillery.
And the other unit is like a Tomahawk on the Asian Dynasties, on the War Chiefs, where it has a ranged multiplier against Orc Health. Really strong.
Mhm.
Also 5 movement speed. And we're on Oliveza, which is actually going for the naked fast fortress.
The problem, I think the biggest problem of Spain doing the 12-10 fast fortress is that you won't be able to keep up with the Ethiopian eco. He's just gonna slam you with all those units. So Spain here is gonna heavily rely on all his unit shipments in H3 to keep up with the fights.
Yeah, and the Tufagrats is a sight to behold, but you know, with the Dardu militia, it's gonna be tough. Because those are those guys
Sending
who
in,
are specialized against it.
sending in the cannoneers, though.
Yeah. Re-fortifying his position. Has he scouted the base? Or do we see actually the 12th? Oh, we do see Piroshiki. Let's go.
Ooh.
The Piroshiki FF. But it's 1210.
This is an all-in that. So.
Yeah.
But with the palace in place, I doubt this would go well. And especially considering he's getting cannoneers, I think he sees this coming.
Yeah, he saw that. Like he saw the Piroshiki and immediately went back. Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
I know what I'm dealing with.
one house is a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
And especially considering the age of time, right? 330. That's very fast.
And he is actually going for the Isa Warriors, which kind of cap from range. I actually disagree with, because it already has Devil Riders, which are exceptional handicap. On Cannoneers, and let's have a look on how far he age here. Oliveza. Age him with the Adventurer. Where's the
So
outpost?
this outpost on the
Oh god,
corner.
look at that. So cheeky. Spanning maybe one dog first?
I don't think this is gonna go well.
Those crossbows are dead. That was the 0. The Warlock also going down.
The halberdiers are gonna be too early for this.
Yeah, way too early. Needs to cancel
This is
this.
gonna.
He is not. Okay.
But he doesn't see the halberdiers, so he's good. But short else.
I think the table saw that. He's definitely saw those ideas.
Yeah, he has to pick out a few halves before the falcons come in. But I think it's too late now. Yeah, here comes the falcons.
And there we go. Let's have a look on how good those fox can.
So,
A lot of cannoneers already going down. Only 5 remaining.
okay, Spain is really heavily invested into this push, so this push determines the game. That's with a lot of jab riders, we might see him pick off a few falcons here.
He's really playing with fire here.
Yeah, this
Sorry,
is
so
a
dangerous
tough spot.
engage against the fox here.
So really utilizing the trees for cover, but Considering these are Java riders, I don't think it makes much difference.
I'm curious about Dirty Terry. Yeah, he's standing in just with allies.
Yeah, this is a big mess for Spain to stop.
Yeah, goods around here. There's not a lot of house left. Slowly getting dwindled down.
He is gonna pick off a Falk right here.
Yeah, one fog down.
Here comes the
5 more
dogs.
war dogs. As reinforcements. 5 lancers on the shipment island. Yeah. Here are those. Nearly buffed.
Okay. If this Falk goes down, the push is over.
Yeah, no.
I think it's pretty much over, to be honest, because these conquistadors can just kite these halberdiers all day long.
It's taking heavy amount of casualties here.
And the falconet is all exposed alone.
Yeah. All alone. Being sniped off here. Oliveza trying his best to get some value out of this helps.
What's the follow-up for Spain, though? Lancers.
1000 wood. He doesn't have Marvelous Year in, so he can't really have a good economy behind this.
I mean, he is keeping the numbers low, and he's not idling any of his bills because they're all out on the side. But he might scout them. So.
He didn't train like a single villager ever since he aged up. I'm not sure what he wants to aim for with 1000 wood.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure either. There's
taking
nothing
the
he could
TP
do.
line, maybe?
There's no point in taking the TP line.
I'm thinking about it.
I mean, scores are pretty tight. It's not the worst.
Project usually lets this overscore because of the Royal. He essentially has like the veteran and the Royal upgrade here.
And there goes the final halberdier, though.
So it's like essentially a 1000 score lower, at least. A study table, sipping 700 coin. Did he got any technologies from the Mountain Monastery? He did not.
He hasn't.
I used all his influence for military. And now it's on the counter-offensive. Okay, he is using it for architecture, such as direct.
But he's gonna be totally idle right now. He doesn't escape with this
little economy he has left. The 40 villages.
I think it's over. He won't be able to gather anything. These rods will have to do in the work. Might be able to pull it off if he gets a few snares. But he shipped them all the way out to the outpost. Big mistake.
Yeah, and soon Ethiopia is gonna be at 3 himself. Deacon having arrived.
I think rods back at base would have been the better option, but he's forcing him back.
About the last level. Oh, he deleted it. Rip. This cow just gonna slowly decay.
I don't think that was intentional.
I don't think so either.
Or maybe he was eating from the cow for food. He's gonna go age 3 now? What?
I would guess with the Portuguese, maybe, to get the arsenal upgrades and access to that.
But this is just buying time for Spain to boom back into the game. This is giving Oliveza a chance to just get back. And he has already claimed all the 3 trade posts as well. So he's just gonna get rolling with this unit to just stay in the game.
Yeah, but those unit shipments also gonna run out at some point.
Yeah, that's when the game ends if he doesn't get his eco rolling. But 13 wheels at 12 minutes is really tough, considering your opponent has around 25 wheels at this point.
He was at 14 at some point. But he lost like 1 will. Like 8% of his economy already. And this Explorer also gonna go down. No more dogs for him. Playing more zero cattle. How many Avens is he at? I think he's on 0 Avens, is he? I think he's on 0 Avens. I think he lost his Aben when Oliveza pushed him.
Could you check DMs real quick? I think we have something important.
He's still shipping his units to this outpost. What a cheesy strat he went for. Getting idled again.
Just waiting.
Oh,
on the
those. Oh, lucky him. He didn't saw this. This could have been game ending for sure. If those 12 have been dead.
2K score lead. Starting to look bad for Spain now. And age 3 is just coming in.
This 700 coin as age-up bonus, that's a lot. Was it 700? Yeah, 700 coin. Casual as age-up bonus. Insane value. Like, Africans have the best age-up bonuses in the game.
Yeah, the age-ups are pretty good. Getting a mounted monster is pretty good.
Yeah, essentially a free villager with each age. Because those guys are on base. You know, a little better than a villager, actually. It's like a villager with amalgamation.
Yeah.
Have a look on Oliveza, what he's up to. They're trying to get back into the game. Uh-oh. No, not that. Oh, rip all those villagers. Trying to escape here.
Yeah, he knows it's over.
Maybe a miracle happens.
Villagers beat shotels.
Maybe an earthquake happens or a tsunami, and the boom, all this will just die, like Age of Mythology style. You activate a spell, everything is dead, or you hit the resign button. That also works. How did you, Oliveza?
To be fair, I'll give it to him. I didn't even spot the outpost. I think you were too busy talking about Ethiopia here.
It was a nice idea, but so it is to do the plank on the husk. Well, it was a nice idea. It was a cheesy strat, but it's only working when it isn't getting scouted. And against a player like Sturdy Table, he certainly is on point with the scouting.
Right.
That's now the 4-0. Let me jump you over to the transition again.
So guys, sorry for the short interruption. I'm obviously not Nicius. I'm also not PixelBuggy. My name is MFD. I'm just in charge of getting this content as YouTube videos to you. So for all of you on YouTube, sadly we did not get a cast of Game 5, but as you can see on screen, we have the Civ picks from both players. A Sturdy Table was on France, and Oliveza was playing his Indians. The match, I mean, the score so far was pretty predictive, so it actually turned out to be a clean 5-0 victory for Sturdy Table, more or less crushing Oliveza here. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed the series so far. This is me signing off in the name of ESOC, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers!